So I'm Lauren, and I'm usually a dancer, but I wanted to tell you guys a story. So, or I don't know what it is, you guys can decide. I mean, if it's a story, comedy, or something. But be the judge of that. So, thanks everyone so far for sharing your stories. I'm sorry I'm late. I had like a 3-day hibernation this weekend. I didn't leave the house, and I had to take a little time to look human again, do my face and comb out the knots in my hair and put clothes on, which required washing the clothes because it's that time of the month and there's no clean ones left. So I was a little late, so I missed the beginning, but I've heard a lot of you guys, and it was really nice, so thank you. And yeah, so outside of being a dancer, I also teach this thing called Sensoga, which is like a yoga class to unleash your sexual creative power. So if you could imagine, let's actually everybody stand up and try it. Do you guys want to try some together? Sure. Okay, yes, okay, yeah, okay, ready? Okay, so we're gonna inhale up, okay, ready? Inhaling up. Exhale, drawing your hands through, down through the center. Okay, through, down, you're gonna rub your abdomen, down your crotch, out your thighs. Nice, okay, and again, we're gonna go up, inhale. Woo. Exhaling, drawing your hands to your heart, through your center, down your abdomen, through your crotch, out your thighs. Yeah, you guys are looking so good! Oh, damn! Okay, one more time, without the cues. We're just all gonna do it. Get into it. Ready? Exhaling, yes. Feeling that power. You are that power. Yes. Okay, thank you guys. You guys are looking so good. New students. I'll let you know when I teach class on the beach. We'll go to like one of those nude beaches where there's a lot of those strange people masturbating in the corner, but we'll put up a curtain and we'll do our own thing by the nude beach. So, Sensoga. I actually don't teach it yet, but I do plan to. The idea arose this weekend when I was in my hibernation with my best friend that came to visit me. So what I do teach is warrior yoga at a studio that just opened up in Santa Cruz, and it's, you guys, the studio is, okay, so it was opened by an ex-cop that works for the DA, and he has a CrossFit gym. So it's very different than Sensoga, as you can imagine. It's very serious. You're supposed to, oh, I can grab this. I can move. I'm not stuck to the pole. Okay, so it's, in warrior yoga, each class starts, it's very austere. And everybody has to use black mats. And there's words like faith and austerity and commitment and faith. Did I say that one? Faith and faith. So there's a lot of, it's very serious, and we start each class with a story about what it means to be a spiritual warrior. And I have a hard time with that for some reason. Me being a dancer and just having started shaving my armpits recently because my grandma, who has had nose surgery, was complaining of the BO. I just am like, I don't know, it's hard for me to get so serious about the spirituality of yoga. But I try my best. But talk about maybe a little bit of a mismatched teacher position for me. I'm branching out. Sensoga is coming soon. So, yeah. But why I'm actually here, I had to write notes, you guys, because I'm a little bit ADHD. It's hard to remember a whole thing that you're going to talk about. So why I'm actually here is to validate my identity as an artist. So, I have this great project that I'm working on called Breeding Bridges, and when I call my parents to tell them about it, they're not so sure. So I'm hoping I can tell you guys about what breathing bridges is, and your reception will be a little more positive. So, breathing bridges, imagine. Okay, you guys can close your eyes if you need to. So breathing bridges, you show up in the middle of the redwood forest. Okay, up north, that's where I'm from. NorCal, hello NorCal, woo! Okay, so you show up in the middle of the redwood forest. You are greeted by all these hairy, dirty women that are raft guides, and they tell you you need to put on a life jacket and you need to put on a wetsuit. And so you get all that stuff on, and if you weigh over 400 pounds, there's a special strap that goes in between your crotch to make sure that your life jacket doesn't fall off. I used to raft guide. So it's hard using rafting. Being a raft guide with 400-pound people is a challenge. But so you have, none of you look like you're 400 pounds, but so you get suited up, you go on this bus, you go through the redwood forest, it's magical. You end up in a little parking lot, and then you have to walk down with your rafts and your raft guide. You walk down to the river, and hopefully you don't drop the raft. And along the way, there's these like little people dressed as elves and fairies, and they're whispering little songs to you, and you're not sure what's about to happen. So I'm a dancer, right? So breathing bridges, it's combining adventure and dance. Okay, so you're going down, and then you get into your raft, and then you start hearing these like songs in the distance, and you see there's a band tucked away in candlelight. The moonlight's hitting the water, it's dancing around, and you listen to those songs, and then you go a little bit further around the river bend, and there's art hanging from these giant redwood branches, and then you go a little bit further and you see mermaids, and you're like, oh my gosh, am I dreaming? And then you keep going, and then there's a little bit more art, and then there's things spread across the river, hanging down, almost touching the water, and you're rafting, and your guide's telling you what to do, and you're like, what am I doing? And then you end, and you're under a bridge. And suspended from the bridge are aerial artists. So I'm not good at aerial art, but I have friends that are, and they're down to do this. So they're going to be the ones hanging from the bridge with those beautiful silks. I think you've seen them, Cirque du Soleil. So they're going to be hanging from those aerial silks, and they're going to be doing their dance and looking all beautiful and sexy, and all of a sudden these things are going to start hitting them, and you're like, okay, you're like, what's happening? What's happening? What are those things? And then more of them are hitting the girls as they're trying to dance on their aerial silk suspended over the river. And you're like, did that thing flop when it hit them? Like, is there a rock slide? No, wait. Those are dicks hitting those girls dancing on their aerial silks. And then you look down, like, you're like, where did they get those?
She got it.
And then more and more are hitting them, and there's so many like paper mache dicks are hitting the girls that they fall. And they disappear. And then they reemerge on the side of the riverbank. And this man in a black cloak with high heel stilettos that are glittering, he gives these girls these white dresses. And they walk and they follow him to a fountain. And at the fountain, these girls are baptized. And there's this giant structure in the middle of the fountain, and it's a giant phallus. And it's spewing out water. And these girls, they have to go into the fountain and they have to get baptized. And, you know, they're doing the... And then... So they're baptized by the dick water. And then you see the black cape of the hooded figure that led them there, and you're like, is that Donald Trump? And you're not sure. But then the girls walk off and the performance is ended, and I think I'm out of time, so I was gonna tell you guys a poem too, but that's all for tonight. I'm Lauren Godla, thank you for listening.